The article I'm sharing with you today is titled, "I've Seen Thousands of Divorced Couples. Let Me Tell You the Truth About Marriage." Let's listen together. One day I watched a video on my phone of a private detective giving a speech. He said he had been in the business for 16 years and investigated thousands of extramarital affairs, helping ordinary housewives investigate their spouses and exposing mistresses of billionaires. The detective shared an opinion once. A female entrepreneur approached him to investigate her husband. This lady was successful in her career but always busy, while her husband seemed idle, taking care of the children every day. After investigating for a while, the detective found evidence that her husband was having an affair with another parent who regularly picked up their kids. He even discovered the rental apartment where they often met. The detective eagerly presented the evidence to the client, expecting her to choose divorce. However, to his surprise, she simply said, "I know." The detective thought she would opt for divorce, but she just smiled and remarked that some illnesses could be treated with medication. Surgery wasn't always necessary. He realized that most of the infidelity cases he handled ended with reconciliation. The ones able to bring their wandering partners back were usually the stronger ones, whether financially or intellectually. Marriage, he concluded, is essentially a game, and dealing with infidelity is the most intense part of that game. At this point, your strength determines the balance of this game. The tendency is almost always in favor of the stronger party. This reminded me of a young intern named Ouyang. He appeared cheerful and hardworking, never complaining about overtime, unlike some young people who easily grumble. But some days he seemed troubled, staring out of the window absent-mindedly. Concerned, I asked him if everything was all right, as I hadn't seen him smile for days. Surprisingly, he teared up, revealing that his mother was seriously ill, and they didn't have enough money for her treatment. He felt reluctant to ask his father for money and was deeply distressed. He shared his family's situation with me. His parents had divorced when he was young. His father, who used to work in sales, remarried the boss's daughter from the company where he worked. Despite his intelligence and diligence, Yang's father was lured into an affair with his boss's daughter, leading to the divorce. Ouyang's mother, unable to provide a good life for her son, entrusted Ouyang to his father and remarried a man with children, struggling to make ends meet. Over the years, Ouyang stayed in touch with his mother. His stepfather's business never thrived, leaving the family in constant conflict and financial hardship. Hearing Ouyang's story, I was deeply moved. Eventually, he quit his job to take care of his sick mother, hoping to alleviate her suffering and regrets. I lost contact with Ouyang after that, but his parents' divorce left a lasting impression on me. To be honest, very few men abandon their families for mistresses, not because they still love their wives, but because the decision to stay is often a result of weighing pros and cons. Most extramarital affairs are driven by self-interest rather than genuine emotions. Recently, I posted an article on extramarital affairs, and someone commented asking why many men cheat but few leave their families for their lovers. They compared wives to forests, encompassing families, children, careers, relatives, friends, and years of connections, while mistresses are merely trees, devoid of such complexities. Who would give up a forest for a single tree? Unless the forest was undesirable or the tree was an exceptionally rare specimen. This analogy holds true. Marriage is indeed a game, and the most intense part is dealing with infidelity. At such times, the power lies in the hands of the stronger party. Everyone needs continuous growth. Don't think that marriage, childbirth, or settling down means you can stop striving. If you slack off, life will show you its colors, regardless of whether you marry an ordinary person or a billionaire. As a favorite writer of mine once said, if you achieve nothing, even kindness seems cheap. This applies to both men and women. Half of what people desire from their partners comes from emotions, while the other half stems from vanity. Being deeply loved isn't just about emotional investment, it's also about being worthy of admiration. That's the harsh reality of marriage. To those about to enter into it, I hope you understand. Wrong ones part ways, right ones find their way. This concludes today's article. Thank you for your attention. If you found this article valuable, feel free to leave a comment. I wish you new insights every day, and remember, you're never alone here.